was something I decided to do myself. I have some friends that decided to do a year abroad, but for me it was about placement year for a few reasons really, just to sort of extend the experience I have, make my CV look a bit better, potentially come out with a job at the end of the year, something that I knew I'd be able to go into at the end of my degree. Obviously the added bonus of earning for a year, and also to break up that 3-year period of studying. And I feel like when I go back to university I'll have a sort of a greater appreciation of that sort of study time. Yeah, definitely, yeah. And certainly it's, the breadth of clients that, Proctor Stevenson serve. The connections from those have been really valuable and have given me lots of different insights into, different industries. So certainly I'll take those connections with me. Yeah. It was through like a careers placement advisor at Durham University, and she put me onto Proctor Stevenson. She said this would be a placement which she thought would suit me, and in the end I think it did. So yeah, it was through Durham. So
were there other opportunities that you looked at the same time, or was it just the role at Proctor's that was available to you at that point?
Yeah, I mean, there were a few others that I applied for. I think that anyone that's applying for a placement year will know that it's really competitive and difficult to get a placement year. But for me, when I saw the offer from Proctor Stevenson, I knew it really did suit me. And at the end of the day, I got the placement that I felt suited me the best and was the best opportunity for me. So. Well, obviously with an agency, there's lots of different clients in different industries, so I expected it to be very varied, and I found out it is. Obviously quite fast-paced as a result, which I enjoy. But I also expected it to be quite creative as well. But obviously it's a creative agency, but sort of got that bit of edge to it, which it has as well.
And I guess what were the things that you found that you weren't expecting? Is there anything that you know really well now, or you feel really settled into, that wasn't something that you would expect to get out of this when you first started?
I mean, working with as many Saudi Arabian clients is probably the thing that's taken me by surprise quite a bit, but something I've really enjoyed. Sort of working with people with a completely different work culture and having that experience, that's something that I didn't really expect coming into the placement. I mean, definitely. I mean, it's hard to look beyond it really, because I haven't had much experience in other careers, but I mean, certainly it'd be something I would definitely consider. Again, like I said, it's just difficult to know now, but definitely if I was given the opportunity to, yeah. So, I mean, the biggest client I've been working with is the Islamic Development Bank, who are a development bank that serve countries across the Islamic world. So there's 57 member countries, but they're predominantly based in Saudi Arabia, and they have lots of different entities. For example, the ISDBI, which is the Islamic Development Bank Institute, with the sort of the research arm of the Islamic Development Bank Group. There's lots of different funds as well within the group, and working with those entities and the people involved has probably taken up the majority of my time. Also with Runnymede Trust, who are an anti-racism trust based in the UK, they've had a new website and new branding project, and I've been working on those quite a lot. Initially when I started was with Trelleborg, quite a corporate client. So in all, it's been quite a varied mix of clients, which has been really interesting.
And how have you found that? I mean, that's quite a challenge to work on such a variety of clients from all over the world, doing different things for each of them, I suppose. How have you found that?
I mean, yeah, for me that's the best part of the job is understanding the varying clients and what they do, and figuring out them as people and also their businesses or the organisation. That's been the most exciting thing for me. For example, with the Islamic Development Bank, who do an amazing work all across the world, you know that the work that you're doing is playing, even if it's a small part, it's playing a small part in that. So yeah, it's been, like I said, probably the best part of the job. Well, no 2 days are the same. It's very varied. So it can be from taking on briefs from clients and then briefing people in the design studio, sometimes pitching in on designs and the creative process, which is really interesting. Sort of updating clients on the process of a certain project, updating them on the budget, creating estimates, replying to RFPs, lots of different things. It really is varied.
So it sounds like you've probably learned a lot around the processes, the typical processes that happen in an agency day to day. Do you feel really comfortable with that now that you've been doing it for a few months?
Yeah, and I've sort of got to the stage now in the placement where sort of 6-7 months in where I've seen projects from start to finish. So initially 3 months in, I'd be very much at a certain way through a process. I won't get either the start or the end, but now, for example, with Runnymede, we've got to the end of a website project for them, so I've seen that process all the way through and been a part of that process all the way through. Yeah, so it depends on the project. So initially when I started, there was a lot of video projects, so I was working with a lot of people in the animation and motion graphics team. Recently there's been a lot of sort of branding projects, so that's been very varied. So there's been working with copywriters, with sort of graphic designers, with sort of creative directors within the team as well, and also people on the sort of strategy side of things as well. So with everyone, but not really so much on the tech side. And then with a few clients who have been either producing a new website or updating a current website, they have been working with the Webflow team as well.
So do you feel like you've had really good exposure to each of those roles and the skill sets that they have within the business?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And you've got to understand sort of the intricacies of what they do as well, so you can sort of relate to them and then pass on that message to the client as well. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's difficult to say, not knowing that the job is definitely there, but I mean, certainly if it was, certainly consider it, and certainly, yeah.
Fantastic. That's great to hear. Thank you, Luke. I think we're done.